Hi, you guys. Welcome to the Luxury Mindset Podcast show. As always, I don't know if you know that I mostly talk about um, abuse here and family court and things like that. Um, with that being said, I am. What are you doing? I I'm a victim myself of the same thing that I see women go through. And so I wanted to just bring a little, um, okay, wanted to just bring a little attention to that. Um, did you know that there is 83% of children that are taken away from the responsible parent? Um, I've seen a lot of women that have cried out about what the states have done to their children. Um, and my heart goes out to them because not everybody is how can I say this? Not everybody is strong to be able to deal with that stuff. There are some people that don't have the strength. But as I stand in the gap for women, as myself, that have children that has been taken away uh, because of falsely accused accusations and things like that, and this is not the only thing that happens. Like I always say that with it's always the responsible parent that is always uh, the child is being taken away from the responsible parent, the parent that is sane enough to understand, or I would say responsible enough to carry those kids, is the one that end up not having them or having to give them to the parent because the parent is up to doing the no good things. But what I would like to say about this, because I'm not gonna put out who I am when I say my um what I do for a living, but I stand for women that have been abused because I've been abused, myself. My children have been abused. They are being abused. I know that for a fact. And and I hear a lot of stories about women coming to a lot of women have cried out about their kids. Now, there are men that are good parents too, that have lost their children towards a spouse, which is a woman that was incapable of being a parent. I want to say this: the parent that is always out to hurt the other parent is usually not the responsible one. The one that has no logic to whatever that they're trying to say, that is the parent that is not capable of being a parent. I want to say that um, people, and I've seen this a lot. I actually a couple of months ago. Well, I'm gonna say, yeah, we're gonna say a couple of years ago. Not so much a couple of years ago, but anyway, I'm always in contact with high end people, with people that's up there and people don't even be knowing. But I had a talk with a woman a while back, when I had kind of touched down in a certain state because I've had to move away constantly from my abuser because he always catches me online. and he sends his family to do his dirty work or women. But with that being said, so I've talked to a caseworker before, and she have told me how she could not carry through being a caseworker anymore because the work is being children are being failed by the court system, and that is so true. She said the things that she's seen working for DCS, she said, is ridiculous. I'm a calm person about my situation because I know exactly the power that I hold. And there's a lot of people that look up to me. There's a lot of people that know the truth about me, who I am. And there are lesser people compared to more people that really love me and really know my story. Uh, my position is not even about the other parent, it's about our children. That is my position, to make sure that they are in a safe environment. And I have tried to make sure that even when I stayed there in Memphis and when I had to leave, I fought to keep my kids. But the other parent thought that, hey, he wanted to throw a couple of screws in a couple of, I guess people that he knew a part of different things. And those people did not handle themselves professional at all. And those people are, they don't even understand. They are a part of the investigation of whatever is supposed to be going on. Um, these people do not understand that I have literally watched the whole thing play out. I remember all of the caseworkers. Most of the first caseworker was his cousin. I have that. I remember the other caseworkers. These now I understand. These women knew exactly that I was going to give my kids to him because they were a part of whatever he had going on. So now that I'm beginning to understand, this has something to do with, I guess, Eastern Stars and Masons. Now, I've dated a lot of Masons, and they are not irresponsible people. I matter of fact, the men that I've dated was mostly law enforcement. And they were very responsible men, very. Um, Now, whatever they did outside, I'm not sure, but towards me, they were very responsible. And that is that. Um, but I just stand here um, as a victim. I'm not gonna say my position, because that ain't nobody business. But as my position as being a victim first, before anything, I am a voice for those victims. There have been parents, which was the mothers, that were very great mothers, nurturing mothers. There's nothing out there stating that they are not capable of taking care of their kids. How you doing? But those were things that was put out about those parents, which is about those women. Um, for the men that are capable of taking care of their kids, I appreciate you. For those other mothers, I do. Um, I don't have anything even to say about the person uh, that our children is with, which is their dad. All I care about is the well being of our children. That's it. We had those children together. Whatever silliness that this man wants to continue to do has nothing to do with me. I'm too much of a professional woman, too much of a well-known woman in many areas. So the things, and a lot of people try to do things to make me mad because they know in real life they can't make me mad. So I've ran into things of retaliation through the line, online and things like that, which again, the person I am, people know my character. Lawyers know Judges know, they know my character. They know that. Um, and with that being said, um, at the end of the day, when people are harassing you about certain things, this is what I want to say about this, about my pages. A lot of people don't even understand the trouble that they're in. You're not supposed to know me. You're not even supposed to know, if you're out to hurt me, who gave you my social media is what I'm trying to understand. Because I'm going to continue to be who I am. And the harassment, if that's where you want to go to court for that, then that's on you. I'm going to continue to be the responsible woman I am. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with you people. I don't know why you keep finding yourself to come on my social media accounts to do this. I don't even know you people. Okay. I'm just standing in the need of my children and what I do for a living. So if you have a problem with me standing up for victims as myself, then this is not the page for you, because I'm going to continue to do what I do. And every time you guys come on my page harassing, you know that I can use that in court against you. Whether or not, oh, and your account doesn't mean anything. I want you guys to know that. Anything that you put in a comment or anything, it doesn't matter if you have a fake page, it goes back. Even if you have anything else, it still goes back to the original owner. Okay, you guys have to understand the harassment, and this is what I want to let you know. The harassment towards the other parent is because the other parent have you doing that. A lot of you don't even know me, but you know me because of my abuser. So that's why you do what you do. Me personally, if you want to put things to harass me, that lets me know that you are part of the other party. And I'm not going to go back and forth with the other party. Okay. I'm not going to go back with you people, because I don't even know you people. But you seem to, have a lot to know about me. And at that point, he's not even supposed to have my social media. Like literally, like when I left Memphis, I left out of being afraid for my life and afraid for my children too, which is all that documented. So with that being said, you guys keep coming on my live. I'm not understanding that, but you're letting me know that you are a part of the opposing force, which is on the other side, and that is him, because I don't know you. And so when you come to me like, oh, you this and you that, I don't even know you and you don't know me, you know? Um, so that's just that, And again, let's just say you were, my thing is this. Now, if you was a troll, I could take it like that. I could. But even with that being said, I don't think that you're a troll. 90 was, how can I say, 50% of the people that I've been harassed by knows my ex-husband, is a part of my ex-husband, his doing or whatever he does, which pretty soon all of that is going to stop, because it's only so much that the courts are going to take. I'm just going to be honest with you. When you go back and forth with the other parent and you're not supposed to have the other parent stuff, that just lets the courts know. How do you know where the parent is? So you know where the parent is. You're sending people out to hurt the parent. That doesn't look good on the parent that's trying to prove the other parent wrong. That doesn't look good. Okay. But anyway, so one thing I want to say, I'm very happy being the person that I am. I'm very happy because I know a lot of people. I have had friends that work for the NAACP. I've had friends that literally work for the Family Safety Center. I've had a lot of people in my life, judges, lawyers, everybody, and they were trying to literally help me with my case to get that judge out the way, but they knew something was spicy and something was up with that. So a lot of people should really step a little light when you come harassing me, because I don't think you know exactly who I am. I don't, and I hope you don't never get to see who I really am. And what I mean by that, the professional legal side of me, because honestly, um, I've had a lot of law enforcement friends and military friends that literally ask me, why didn't you, go into law enforcement? And, long story. Okay. So when you coming against me, just be careful with what you put in the comments, because again, I'm a professional woman and I have a professional show that's all over the world. So don't come on my stuff being messy. Okay. If you don't like what I said what I said. There is 83% of children that in error are being taken away from the responsible parent. You can look that up if you would like to look that up. Okay, those are facts. Uh, the problem is the fact that it's money being put under the table, or it's certain people in parts of certain organizations. This is where this comes in, that the mistreatment of the other parent, meaning this is how the legal system fails the other parent with, because of who knows who, how much money is in this, which is very sad, because when you think about the children's future, you should be thinking about that as parents. And the sad part is that you do have parents that are not capable of being a parent. They feel that, well, I got money. That doesn't mean that you are a parent. A parent is never going to abuse their kids. They're not going to SA their kids. They're not going to leave their kids at certain people's homes so that they can be SA'd or be abused. That is not. They're not going to put in the child's ear a lot of rituals and spell magic and all of those things being said in that child's mind. They're not going to do that. Okay. I know the type of parent I am. My kids are always going to love me, and they know exactly what, our kids are always going to love me. I know that. I don't have to prove nothing, because the states of Memphis know, the state of Tennessee and the city of Memphis knows that. They went through all my papers. In fact, they're trying to find me. But which I know my ex knows where I'm at, if some papers get sent to me, then that actually gets him in trouble. Because then everybody gonna say, well, how do you know where she is? That's the point that I don't think he wants to do. So when it comes to the legal system, I'm very, very well aware of some things. I never said anything, but I'm very aware of how it goes. It has nothing to do with the crime, honestly. It has something to do with, honestly, are you a part of certain things? Do you have power? That's what it's about. But because I live for God, God has the power over me and over my kids, or over our. Because it's so funny, as us parents, the responsible parents, that's in our mind. We want to say my, because we know we love our children. We know that. So that's it's quick for us to say my, even though because we already know the other parent is not a responsible party, which is okay. So I understand. I'm trying to put in my vocabulary as a professional person, our kids, even though I know this person is not stable. And everybody knows that too. So I really don't have anything to prove, because everybody knows that this person is unstable. I don't have to prove nothing. I don't have to go on nobody live and be silly and petty, because everybody knows that. That's the fact that I left Memphis so people could see who they were dealing with. Because as long as I stayed, They would have never seen me to be the mother that I am now. Now they see, oh, okay, well she's a great person. She's not who you say she is. So I don't prove things to anybody. I just continue to help victims like myself to let them know that justice will be served. It will. And some of these parents that are crying, thinking they're not going to see their kids no more, God is rearranging a lot of things on this earth, a lot. And it's time for justice. It's time for those kids to be released from certain places, from certain parents, from certain hands. And that's just that. So that's pretty much all I have to say. But the sad part of it, that the children have no outlet. You know, they have no outlet. You know, um, it's sad, but God is about to intervene into this. The universe is literally about to intervene into this power move that the court's been doing for decades. You know, that's finna be stopped. It's no longer gonna be about, oh, what money you got. No, a lot of people are about to get out of their seats where they're sitting in certain states. Yes, they gon' just one day they just gonna have to get up and get out. They gonna have to go. And again, I'm for the children and I'm for the parents who cannot speak for themselves, which are the women. Now, there's not many men that are parents. What I mean by that, most of the children are with the mother. But there are great men out here that are great fathers. And I want to just take that time out right now to say, I wish I had that for my children, for our children. I wish I had that for our children, but I don't have that for our children, meaning that uh, I chose wrong, and that's okay. All I can do is pick up the pieces to hopefully having a great future for our children to be in a better mindset, because I know that they're not. I don't really care about the accusations, what people say about me. I could care less, because I am hated by mostly people that want to be me. Sometimes people just want to have a reason to hate me, and that's your personal business. That has nothing to do with me. What has something to do with me is our children. That's it. And when I say our, I'm talking about me and the other parent. The fact of him being unstable has nothing to do with me. That has something to do with the state of Tennessee. They have to go within that. But from what I've seen, I'm not. I'm not a happy uh, second parent looking on the way our children are being raised. I'm gonna say that. But it's sad. Sad that a lot of people um, get children that don't deserve children, meaning that they feel that, oh, I got money, but they don't even want the kids. They just want the money, or they just want to look important. My thing is this: a lot of that is finna stop. A lot of that looking good for the courts is going to stop. A lot of it is. And that's all I have to say. I don't even waste my time to say, because I know that I chose wrong for my kids. I know I did when it comes to the parent. I know I chose wrong. But those are our children. That's just what it is. That's their dad, and that's just that. I can't say, oh, I made a mistake. All I can say is I chose wrong. But when it comes to our kids, they are forever a blessing to me. Those are our babies. More of my babies than anything. But they're ours because we had them. And that's just that. I don't have time for silly women coming on my page being petty. That lets me know you are not professional. That lets me know that you are a very ghetto individual. I don't have time to do that. If I'm usually dealing with men that are up there, then why would I put myself down to even allow myself to argue with somebody that you heard something about me? Good. I could care less what you heard. The more thing about me is about our kids. That's just that. And about me helping other women, because there's women out here that are literally broken from these things. They're trying to figure out, why is my child gone? Why did the other parent get the child? But they're not understanding that we can be in our Bibles all the time. I want to say that. God is good. I want to say that. But there was something that God had to show me that was going on in the courts that I never seen. And when he showed me, it hit me. I'm like, that's why you took me through that? He took me through the darkest parts of the court to let me see you're not dealing with a regular court system. You're dealing with a whole bunch of rituals and money. That's all you're dealing with. So when he showed this to me, I said, oh, this is how they win these cases. They actually go on and do these rituals before they have to be in court. Um, and this is what they do, especially if they are a part of an organization. They all get in there and help that person to win that case. Let's say the other party is a church person. They love people like that. Not the ones that do the black magic, but the real ones. They love Christians. They love people like that that come in there that is not aware, and you talking about Jesus this. They love that because they're going to laugh in your face. I was one of those women. Okay. So that's why a lot of people do not, well, I'm not going to say a lot of people. That's why a small amount of people can't stand me, because I know what goes on. They don't want me to know. But baby, how you don't want me to know? I had to go through that so that I could be who I am today. See, I know both sides. I know the legal side and I know the spiritual side of what goes on in the legal system. This is everything. This has nothing to do with the crimes, because if it did, then people would be going to jail. It has nothing to do with the crimes. It has something to do with people doing the rituals to embarrass those victims. It's more like doing humiliation rituals to make them be humiliated, to make other parties don't want to deal with them, to make other parties don't see them. I was there. Nobody helped me in Memphis. Everybody turned me down. I seen this other lady's video and she talked about that, and she said that she asked for help. Nobody helped her. And again, it's very disturbing to watch these videos. Very disturbing to see those videos come up like that. It literally brings tears in my eyes. I'm not gonna lie. But thank God that I'm a very, very strong woman. So I'm able to take on a lot of things and still go on with my life and be like, okay, God, I know how to handle this. But at first I did not. Because again, I was stuck in a certain mindset. And for a while, I did blame God. I'm not going to lie. I did blame Jesus. I said, well, you just going to leave me like that? You just going to let them win them cases like that? You just going to let him get away with messing up my car, throwing stuff on my car? This man did everything to me. He would literally wait till I go to work to send women literally to throw stuff on my car when I come home from work. This man did a lot of things. This man included my family in the dirt he did to me. So with that being said, the woman I am today, I'm very proud of myself. Very. And people hate that. People cannot stand that. There is people that literally are out to literally kill me because they're mad because I'm alive, and they know that the courts are looking for me because they want to give me back my kids. They're like, there's nothing wrong with this parent. From what we looked at, there's nothing wrong with her. And so people have actually came out their way to send people to spy on me, to try to harm me. And I laugh at stuff like that because you got to understand, I'm a very, very powerful woman in God. And again, when I say I blamed him, it's because I was not aware of my ranking spiritually. I was not, oh, when I say I was not aware, I'm thinking that I'm just a church woman. I'm like, oh, I'm just evangelist. No, 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 no. This was way bigger than that. God was like, you don't know who you are? You don't know what type of powerful woman you are in me? So as I went through this stuff in the courts, as I went through this stuff being lied on, slandered by my family, now I get it. And I had a moment where I cried out to God. I said, this is what you preparing me for. He was like, yeah. This is you had to go through all of this so you can know what they do in court. So you'll know what your ex did for him to win. It had nothing to do with what you thought. They knew they see the thing about this, they seen all of the evidence. They didn't care. They said, well, he's paying us. They didn't say that, but this is what I seen because even with my attorney friend that I had, he seen it. And I was so cold at the case, he even told me. And it's so funny. That's why I be laughing at what my ex be doing. I be like, you don't understand what you up against. You're not up against a woman that don't know nothing. You're up against a woman that have people in the legal system that knows who I am. But it was so funny. I solved my own child's thing, what had happened to her. I'm not going to go deep. This is very disturbing. I'm not going to even go deep in this at all. Because that's just foul evidence. But anyway, so as I talked to him, I said, listen, I said, that doesn't sound right. And before that, I had already talked to a friend of mine that had worked for the AACP that was finna work with me and my children. I turned that down when I stayed in Covington because she told me, she said, well, here's the thing. You're going to have to go to your city where the crime took place. I said, I don't want to face that because they're not going to take nothing I did. But see, coming to realize all of them was on the same team. All of them were dirty Masons. When I say dirty, I'm talking about not all Masons are dirty. Not all of them do dirty work. I told you I've dated nothing but officer men and military men and businessmen. So not all of them are bad people. You got some good Masons out here that literally do some damn good work. When I say some damn good work, let's even talk about the Black Panthers. They're Masons. I mean, when I say things like that, I've been blessed to be around people like that, to talk to people like that. And again, I know that I'm a well-known icon, but for God to love me enough to bless me with people like that around me, I'm blessed. That's why I be laughing at people. I be like, you're going to go to jail at the end of the day. When all of this evidence is collected, whoever is doing what going to jail. And I'm just going to sit back in the victory of my kids because they're surely going to be celebrated when they come back. And that's just that. I don't have time to go back and forth with a person that is not even stable in their mind. I don't have time for that because I'm a very stable individual. Very. And I mean, I'm just going to say that because, and they knew, it was so funny. They knew that even in family court, even in the chancery court, they knew that. They said, well, oh, Miss So-and-so, you don't even have to do this because we already know about, you being a life coach. I said, well, look, I'm a life coach. I know my stuff. So, and again, and even that page got hacked. So, and I knew he had something to do with that. The first page I had on TikTok that was Luxury Mindset, he had something to do with all of it. Because all of it has something to do with my email, and he has that. And his lawyer gave him that, which I think I sent that to the Chancery Court to let them know. I said, hey, he has my email address. And they threw it out. They didn't care about it. And I'm like, he's not supposed to have my email address. His lawyer was not supposed to give him my stuff. So that's why he was able to sign out of my accounts. he stayed signing me in and out of my luxury mindset account always. The once I close accounts on luxury, I mean on Instagram, they'll pop back up. So I knew what he was doing. I had tried to tell them that he would hack my phone. They did not care. So a lot of things are being shown for what they are, and a lot of people are scared, and they need to be scared because you're not going against a woman that don't know the law. You're not. See, the thing about me, I can act dense. I can act like I don't know nothing. I can act like I don't have no mind. I mean, if I want to, I can act crazy if I want to. What I mean by that, I can sit up here and fool a person, but baby, when I get up in that court, I represented myself at first. Very good. They didn't even, my mama didn't even know. She was like, that was you talking? I said, that was me talking. She was like, I thought you had an attorney. I said, no, that was me. So when I be listening to people, when they be saying stuff, I be like, I don't really care. And people be mad at me because they be trying to catch me slipping so they can run over there. Whoever this woman is that is on this YouTube and tied up with my honey, baby, get ready because you going to jail. If he had you doing anything against me. Because I'm the last person a person want to go against. I'm the last person that you ever want to go against in court because I'm not gonna go back and forth with an unstable person because then that make me look unstable, and I'm not trying to look unstable. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to look unstable at all. See, when you deal with unstable people, it make you look unstable. So now I don't go back and forth with unstable people, baby. I let them talk loud, curse me out, or whatever. Just like I had learned too, a lot of people had came on my other page and they thought it was funny because I guess they was getting ready for a court date or something. Like, baby, you gotta understand, you're gonna lose that. Because one thing about when you do a ritual, you can't do that to a person that has a very powerful uh destined to be here. So when people be trying to say, "Oh, I'm a sacrifice," I laugh. I'm like, you don't even know who I am. You don't even know. You don't have no idea who I am. And it's sad you don't. And so I laugh at people because I'm like, baby, if you really know who I was, you would be shivering right now. You would be literally going to God begging him, saying, God, please forgive me if you really knew who I was. And that's why I'm glad people do not know. I'm glad people think what he told them to think. I'm glad women try to go against me and laugh and because they believe what he say, but then they end up going on doing that and they find that, oh, she's this person. Absolutely. So when people try to do stuff to me, I know don't nothing happen to me. I'm not going nowhere because my destiny is very big. My job is very big before I leave this earth. So, and it involves nationwide stuff. That's why I be laughing at people. You can't remove me or my kids. They have to be here to do whatever they need to do. They have to do that. Whether it's two left or whatever, whoever is left, they gonna speak. Their destiny is to speak about their abuse and to go and teach others to speak. So you cannot remove something that belongs to God and then me, because I'm the mother. You can't take that away. And that's why I be laughing at people like, you talking about you gonna sacrifice my kids. Do you know what type of children those are? They carry not just their dad's blood, they carry their powerful mother's blood and my ancestors' blood, which is very, very powerful. So that's why I be like, whatever that you trying to do, it ain't gonna work. But with that being said, as I always say, you are listening to the Luxury Mindset Podcast Show. We're gonna go back to that. But it is sad that there are certain mothers that they don't know what is going on in the family court. They don't know what it is. I actually went to Nashville one time. See, he thought that he was dealing with somebody like the other women he had been with. I'm like, babe, I'm very smart. Very, very smart. I literally left Memphis to go to Nashville when I stayed there. And I did that because I wanted to talk to the Mayor Strickland. And I did get to talk to his officers, not him. And they answered the phone and I said, hey, I got this case in Memphis. My kids are I'm still having to watch, take them to the dads, but the dad did all these things. Well, you know what the officers told me? They said, well, Miss So-and-so, so-and-so, you have the right to defend yourself if you ever feel that you're in danger. I said, absolutely right. They said, you know what that means? I said, I know exactly what you're saying. That was it. I said, well, I wanted to talk to Mayor Strickland. They said, well, he's not in, but we're one of his officers. We can speak for him. See, people have to be careful. When you coming against me, I can call some very high up people and get some people sat down. And that's why I don't be saying that. I be like, you sure you want to go against me in court? You sure that's what you want to do? Because you gonna lose. You're going to lose because, first of all, this ain't even a competition. First of all, you are dealing with a high-ranking angel that God gave me the power to see what goes on in the court. So you ain't going to be able to play that black magic stuff out with me. You ain't going to be able to call no demons for you to win because that ain't justice. Because whatever you did, you got to pay for that. See, a lot of people know, don't play with me. See, a lot of people played with me when I was in Memphis because, see, I didn't know better. When I say I didn't know better, I walked into it blindly. I didn't know nothing about rituals or black magic, or didn't know nothing about the dark part of some Masons and Eastern Star. I didn't know half of that stuff. So that's why he won. But baby, my. He know exactly what he playing with now. He like, oh shit, baby, all I got to tell you, I ain't coming by myself. When I do appear in that court, oh baby, I'm gonna have the whole universe with me. I'm gonna have God with me because God said what? He said, if I be for you, who can be against you? That's what God said. So that means I'm gonna have the light angels and the dark angels right there on the side. So I don't think people want to go against me. I don't think you want to do that to say that I'm crazy. I don't think you want to do that to a person that's well known. That's gonna make you look very bad in court. Very bad. I mean, I'm that's why I be sitting here laughing at people like your ranking doesn't have nothing to do with my ranking, who I am on this earth. It's gonna make you look bad in court. The judge is gonna laugh at you. They're gonna be like, you trying to say this lady unstable. This lady she got all her stuff. She been having all her stuff. So, and I don't understand, how was you able to see the kids after that? That's why I just sit back and I'm gonna let him fall in his own trap. He ain't even supposed to know where I'm at. And if I get a letter in the mail that lets me know, he knew where I was. So I'm waiting on him. Because he already got women or whoever, got people watching out. So, I mean, if I get a letter in mail, then that lets me know that you know where I'm at. And then there's people I know that are high authority. Then they going to say, okay, so he did know where she was. See, a lot of people don't want to play with me. A lot of people played with me when I was in Memphis. My family played with me. They played stupid with me. They played like they didn't know what was happening. Oh, we don't know what's happening with the kids, and we don't know why he doing. Honey, come on. Yes, you do, honey. He paying y'all. Come to find out, my mama was working with that man the whole time. She didn't even know I knew. That man recruited so many people against me. My own family went against me just for him. And now they sitting up there looking sad to me. Well, we just trying to wait for something to happen. How you gonna wait for something to happen to a powerful icon, well, a powerful ruler, a powerful name that's going down in history? My name is going down in history, baby, when I leave. My children's name are going to go down in history. I ain't leaving this earth, baby, without having no big name. Oh, when I leave her, baby, the whole United States of America, well, they already know me, but the whole nation is gonna know me when God called me home. When God called my babies home, the whole nation gonna know us and respect us. Because why? We are due for it. That's why. That's why I shut my mouth up when people be saying, "Oh, well, I'm gonna do this to you." Okay, you go ahead. You're not finna get me routed up. They did that one time with me on that other thing, and I kept asking her. I said, "Why did you come over here and do that?" Because see, she knew, and again, let's explain this. This is how you know a person is stable. Anytime a person have to rattle them up, the person that is being bullied is the stable one. That's the one that is stable. Because you got to bully them. You got to go over there. Oh, I'm finna rattle them up. The courts don't want to hear that. They like, so you routed them up like that? That's not even that person's. That's not even how that person's. That's not how they act. That's not even what they do. They don't act like that. That's why I be laughing when people try to do stuff. But see, they played that mess on the other platform over there, and I'm like, oh, you ain't gonna get. You got me that time. You ain't gonna get me this time. Because now I'm just gonna just sit back there and say, okay, so you on my page again. And I'm just gonna keep on taking notes. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna play with people. I'm not the one to play with you. A lot of people finna lose their platforms. A lot of people finna be in jail. A lot of people finna not have their children. If they got children and they got a husband, baby, you finna say goodbye to him because you were a part of something that was very full of conspiracy. First of all, which is conspiracy is two or more people being, included, or you putting yourself a part of something. You got to watch out. You can't be a part of something because then you're a part of conspiracy. And then you're a part of what? Harassing and bullying, which is against the law. That's why a lot of people have lost their lives, because it is indeed a law out. If you get caught bullying somebody, you going to jail. You got 5 years on your back already. That's why I be sitting back letting people act the fool. They started that stuff on their other live because they knew they couldn't do nothing. That was their last night. Their last night. I don't know what happened, but I know God tapped their tail over there. I know some stuff went down. I know that. And I know they know better than that. They know not to come on my page and ever do that again. I be trying to warn people and let people know. I don't know what he's telling you about me, but you don't want to find out the hard way. You don't want to find out by God in the universe teaching you a lesson, because he loved teaching people lessons when it comes to me. There be a lot of people be like, yeah, I'm gonna take her down. No. If you bullied me, that will be your last night doing that. Because whatever's coming your way is going to tear your whole house down. And it's not even me doing nothing to you. It's the fact that what you did to me. God don't play about me. And I'm going to tell you honestly, whoever listen to me on YouTube, God don't play about me. So anybody that want to be comfortable to go against me and comfortable to say you're going to do something to my kids, you go ahead, sugar. You go ahead. And I'm going to be sitting right here and I'm going to let God tear that tail up. I'm going to let God tear your butt up. And he ain't going to stop tearing your butt up. Because you don't go against somebody that ain't doing nothing to you. Again, I'm a voice for other women that have been hurt and their kids been taken for no reason. So why would you want to go against somebody like that? That's silly. I would never in my life, even if I was in my right, well, not right because I'm in my right mind, but if I was in my wrong mind, that means like if I chose to be in my wrong mind, I wouldn't dare go against a woman that she's a voice for other victims. Shit, you won't catch me messing with her Because guess what? That ain't going behind court. They don't want to hear that shit. And she's a well-known name. They gonna be looking at that person like, ma'am, you know you're not winning this, right? Because that woman, she takes up for women in the same thing that she's going through. You're not gonna go nowhere with that one. So that's why I be laughing at people. I be like, you better watch out when you coming for me. Because I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. God gonna do something to you. He gonna tear that tail up. I'm gonna say it in my ancestor way. He gonna tear that tail up, baby. He gonna tear it up. And he ain't gonna stop tearing that tail up. He gonna tear it up so bad the whole group gonna know something is wrong. They gonna say, I don't mean no harm. But something ain't right. I'm gonna go back on that side because some on this side ain't right. And you will be exactly right. So that's why I just sit back and be calm with people. Because he gonna give himself away. You're not even supposed to know where I'm at. And if you know where I'm at, it's because somebody gave you my evidence. They gave you where I stay. That means you have people watching me. He know better. He don't want to get in trouble for that. Because that's really going to get him in trouble. Which I already can get him in trouble right now because I can literally tell them, oh, he knows where I stay. Here's the evidence. The woman said this. She said that. Oh, we over here with your eggs. Or we got your kids. Well, how do you know about my account? Oh, because he gave it to you. You see how all of that lines up? That's why I be just sitting there looking at people like, well, you sure you want this to go down like this in court? Because if they find out you know where I'm at and you're not supposed to know where I'm at, then you're going to be in trouble. And everybody else around you going to be in some trouble. Because I left Memphis. I left the country fleeing for my life. And for my kids. But I couldn't save them because if I would have let them come with me, then he would have locked me up and said for abandonment. I'm not finna do that. You're not finna ruin my record or ruin who I am as a person. You're not gonna do me like that. So with that being said, I cried my tears. I said, God, because black magic was being done on my mind and my children. And I didn't even know what was going on. They didn't know. I didn't know. They was cutting up still. They were doing all type of stuff. And I just got tired. I said, look, that's it. Y'all gone with him because I can't deal with it. Then he was trying to make it seem like, just creating chaos. And I couldn't deal with that. Constantly, every time I move, he causing friction over there, getting close to the police over there to, start mess with me. Just everywhere I went. And I got tired. I said, I'm going to give me some peace. I got tired. I made my mind up. I'm not finna lose my mind over no mess like this because somebody want to be silly. No, I need to let me leave and get my mind together and understand what this is about. And when I got away, I began to study. And when I say study, I began to really look at all them things and said, okay, that's what this is about. So as I began to see, I know how to deal with that now. I do. So I'm just calm. I'm just waiting on the people to just get themselves away that he working with. That's what I'm waiting on. Because as soon as I get a letter, hey, he in trouble. Especially with my people, he is definitely in trouble. Because they gonna be like, well, how did he know where she was? Because she kept saying that he knew. So I mean, a lot of people they don't know what they playing with. They skipping up on some territory that's really shaking now. No, he better go sit down now before he going to jail anyway, because I think they finna lock him up. Not if he probably already locked up. I don't tell him, but whatever the case may be, he in trouble. And whoever else that was helping him in trouble too. So that's why I be like, don't come against me, because I help victims. How you gonna come against me and be funny? You can't be funny with me and then think you gonna call me crazy in the law. They gonna look at you and say, do you know who that lady know? Shit, did the whole damn Memphis know that damn lady, in the whole damn state of Tennessee and more know that lady. That's why I be laughing at people when they be really thinking I ain't nobody. I be like, I want you to think I'm not nobody. I want you to think that. I want you to think I'm nobody. I want you to think that you can talk about me. You can drag my name. I want you to think about those things. I want you to think that you can do false allegations. You can make false reports about me. I want you to think that. Because when you find out exactly how powerful I am, because God gave me that power through the United States of America and through and through every other nation, you gonna sit down somewhere. A lot of people finna start sitting down because they mouth gonna be open. They gonna be like, what? I didn't know that she knew so and so. You didn't? Well, congratulations. Because it's finna be a lot of people mouth open. It's finna be a lot of people finna be surprised that they finna be fired off of a job and can't believe it. And they gonna be like, well, they just let me go. Why did they let you go? Well, I don't know. Something had happened where it's so funny. I had fired my own lawyer, fired the hell out of her. You think I don't know you working with the other opposing party, which is my ex-husband? You sitting here working for him, gonna tell me you gonna lock me up. And I'm the one being abused, and the kid's the one sitting up here being abused and cross-examination and all this through him. You gonna tell me you gonna lock me up if I don't have the kids at his house during Christmas? Oh, baby, you finna be fired because you are my lawyer. That's how I knew she was for him. I said, oh, let me go on and go to the Supreme. Took a drive down there, baby, to Nashville and got my papers. Don't play with me. You do not know me like that. I will get you out of your seat. I will let God, with God power, I will get you out of your seat. You will not be able to sit in that seat and run that business like you think you're gonna run it. If you're running it incorrectly. Because that's what I'm here for. God want me to sit people down to let them know, okay, you talking to me? Okay, well, let me talk to your lieutenant then. And not only let me talk to the CEO that's over the building. Let me talk to that person. Let me talk to the vice president of this company. I don't play with people, don't you? You don't talk to me any type of way. You don't do that to me. Don't let people make you think that I ain't nobody because I've been through some stuff because somebody want to do some black magic. That don't got nothing to do with me. That's got something to do with people that's finna pay for what they did to me. Because they gonna pay for it. Oh, baby, any type of person that has something to do with my ex or me losing my apartment when I stayed there in Memphis and all that, oh, you going to jail. You going to jail because you have literally participated in a crime towards a person, towards stealing their life away from them, taking their life, and you knew they didn't do nothing. He think I don't have nothing to do. He think I don't think that he had nothing to do with me losing my job too when I worked as a dispatcher. He had something to do with that. His cousin worked there. Y'all can't tell me why you took me off the schedule. Because he had something to do with it. A lot of people is finna have to pay me and my kids back. And they know that. That's why they scared as hell. Because you lied. And you gonna take me off. He gonna get mad because I could survive without him. And that's another reason why a lot of women got their kids taken because the dad is mad. Oh, well, you don't leave me. I'm not finna sit here and let you beat my ass. I'm just saying, excuse my language, because I'm a professional person. I'm gonna go down Memphis lane for a minute. I'm not finna sit here and let you whoop my ass. And then and let my kids see you whoop my ass. I'm not finna do that. And I'm not finna live no life of abuse either. And I'm not finna live no life of my kids being abused. I'd be a damn fool if I just sit there and let a man do that. There's a lot of women that did not come up out of that. A man sitting here beating the hell out of them every day and beating the child. And they scared. Oh, no, you're not finna put your hands on me. I have the right to defend myself. You hit me, I'm going to hit you back right back. You're not finna put your hands on me. I mean that. So it's a lot of people. Now I see why people were sitting up there watching me everywhere on my other account. Just sitting here watching. They was watching because they had sent some people out to kill me. That's why they was watching. That's why his family was watching. And now they sitting up there looking silly as hell. Well, you know, she alive. How we gonna put, you ain't gonna be able to pull it off. You ain't gonna be able to pull none of that stuff off. You can hang that up. You might as well just skip town or something. And even if you skip town, you still finna get ready to do that time. Because I won't be surprised if a lot of people trying to skip town. Oh, well, I got to. No, you can run, but you can't hide. Because you're going to have to pay me back all, and my kids too, all for what y'all took from us. The time I had from my kids, took it from them for Mother's Day, their birthday. Oh, baby, y'all going to pay me literally. And the city of Memphis know that. That's why they ain't sitting up there like, damn shit, we owe her a lot of money. And you do. And I'm going to get my damn money too. That's why people watching me, because they know they got to pay me for what they need. I don't know if you going to deal with. I don't give a shit who you send out there. You can send whoever. God going to turn them right on around. Well, we couldn't do what we couldn't take her out. I mean, I just can't do it. How you gonna, honey? God tell me when he want me to go. Don't no man run my life. When a woman don't run my life either. Man, period. Y'all need to stay in y'all places as humans. You really do. Y'all be really thinking that you got the power to take somebody's life. What the hell wrong with you? I'm just saying, who the hell gave y'all that power? See, people give you too much power in these darn groups. Got you thinking that you untouchable. You don't go sit your butt down somewhere? Because don't nobody got no say so to take me out but God. Give a hell. You can be sitting up there playing with the Haitians, which is part of my bloodline too. You can play with their ass all day long. But when you get through playing with them, they can't take me out. So what makes you think you gonna do it? Honey, please. Y'all better go sit down. Y'all better sit down, baby, for God remove you now. Go sit down. That's the best thing I gotta tell people. Go sit down for God tear you up. Because a lot of people finna be tore up in their courtroom. They're gonna be sitting up there crying when they heard it. Because I'm gonna press charges. Sure in the hell is. I'm gonna press charges on everybody that has something to do with it. You ain't getting away. I don't give a hell. You can cry all you want. Oh, you going to jail. I don't give a hell what you said. You going to jail. Tell your mama, tell your husband, your girlfriend, or whoever you finna go. Cause I'm not being easy on you. Sure ain't. Hell, you weren't easy when you did what you did to me and my kids. So what the hell I'm gonna be easy on you for? No, I'm gonna press charges on everybody. And you gonna do that time. And if you don't make it, it's on you. You should have never did it. Y'all got that y'all untouchable, honey, in these groups. We can do we want to do. Not to me, you can't. You may can do that to any other matter, but you can't do it to me. I don't know who the hell told you that. Shit. Baby, you better ask God where I am. Shit. You better find out who y'all been messing with. A lot of y'all finna be, like I said, if you don't go to jail, you finna be gone. Because God gonna do that to you. That's what people don't understand. I be like, y'all better get somewhere and sit down. But see, a lot of people have what you call that? Have gave y'all a big head with this. And that's what people have done in them cases. They'll gave people a big head, like, yeah, I can do that. Well, you go ahead, you're gonna trap your own self. Cause he think he's smart. He think he's gonna take. You can't take me to court. You ain't supposed to know that I'm here. How you gonna take me to court? You're not supposed to know I'm here. You're not even supposed to have no contact with me. How do you know where I'm at? Seemed like to me some jail time. Seemed like to me you owe me. That's what that looks like. And I put a restraining order out on you. And your lawyer lifted it. That was the wrong move to lift it. And I showed you the evidence. Yeah, y'all in trouble. Y'all in a lot of damn trouble with me. That's why while y'all sitting up there trying to see what the hell I'm doing. Let's see what move she made. You can watch me outside now all you want. You still not finna know what moves I make. Because God finna stop you right in your tracks. Before you even try to go and grab on it. Y'all trip with y'all still, baby. When I say a trip, I mean a trip. Y'all was sitting up there, he didn't put his own self in a trap. So how you gonna take me to court? You can't take me to court. You ain't supposed to know where I'm at. You gonna get in trouble with my people then, because they gonna be like, oh, okay. So he been following her. Okay. That part. See, he didn't put his own self in his own trap. He thought he was smart, baby. No, you ain't that smart. You put yourself in a trap, sir. Especially you got people watching me, you put yourself in a trap. You got a woman watching me, you put yourself in a trap, sir. He might as well just gone on and say he don't want to be here no more. I mean, honestly, because what other thing? What you gonna do? You gonna be looking silly. And I can only take so much if people keep on watching me. So, I'm just saying, I don't know what he gonna do. But he didn't put himself in a trap. A big one. Because I'm sure waiting on no papers to come through. Oh, I'm going to give them to my people and somebody in trouble. Trouble. Because he thought he was smart, baby. He said he's smart. And I ain't moving from my damn apartment. I don't give a shit about nobody. He gonna start bringing he gonna get somewhere and sit the hell down, and his people gonna get the hell somewhere and sit down and stop bringing their ass out here, or whoever the hell, woman, whatever woman he got to do his work. Y'all better sit down somewhere, like God said, go sit down. Y'all need to go sit down and stop playing in people's faces, son, because I'm the wrong face to play in. You can't play in my face. Like I don't know what the hell going on. I'm like, and he thought he was smart. Oh, I'm gonna find out where so I can serve her. You can't serve me. Cause you ain't supposed to know where I'm at. You told them you didn't know where I was. That's what you told them. I don't know where she at. Okay, well then how you gonna serve me? You don't know where I'm at. You're not supposed to know. And if you know, they gonna get you. Okay, so you been knowing where she at? You knew where she at, and you ain't want her to get her kids. Bam. He in a lot of trouble, baby. He didn't put himself in the Skinner one now. You see how I be teaching y'all, how I be telling y'all, when you tell one lie, you got to keep telling the other. You got to keep on telling the lie. You got to keep on. And see, that's the thing. He ain't got no more lies no more. He ain't got nowhere to go now. Now he looking like, oh, damn, if I do sin, then I'm going to, oh, yeah, you definitely going to be in trouble. Because you ain't supposed to be messing with me. If you got your kids and you said that's what you wanted, then you don't need to be messing with the mother. Because that's what you hound the mother for. That's what you went to. That's what you had DCS to come to my home for, right? You thought I was finna pay you child support. That's what you thought. No, baby, I'm not paying you no child support. No, you owe me a lot of child support because you didn't even want to pay your child support. So I'm just saying. You owe me, sir. The city of Memphis owe me. And they gonna pay me my money, me and my kids. They gonna pay us back for every time they was abused, every time they was touched, or whatever the hell happened to them. And every time that he hit me, and every time he set me up and kept coming after me, you gotta pay me. They gotta pay me for that. And gonna throw my protection order out? I think not. And gonna say he can come back around the kids. What? That's a big ass lawsuit right there. He can come back around the kids and do the same thing. Oh, okay. You're right. He can. He sure can. And when they catch his ass, they gonna get him. If they ain't already caught him. See, lawyers need to be careful when they do stuff because you don't know who God got coming up next. When they be thinking that somebody ain't nobody. See, you never can't handle a person and say, oh, they ain't nobody. You better be careful because you don't know who is smart. You don't know who is up next to be sitting in a seat somewhere. A lot of people better sit down. That's why I be looking at people like, baby, don't be fooled. I don't know what the hell somebody told you, but you don't be fooled by my past. Because I'm not that woman no more, whatever the hell they said. No. Now, what I was, a naive ass woman. I was very naive. I didn't know better. Had me up in church to my praise God. Hallelujah. God sitting up here looking at me like, damn, you know you gonna have to learn a little bit more. Because you ain't gonna win this one. He knew it. God knew I wasn't gonna win. He purposely didn't want me to win because he wanted me to learn what was going on in the courts so I'd be able to help other women. He want me to know that. He want me to know. And that's why I went through that. That's why I sat there in the court. I remember the last time I went to court, I told that judge, I said, as long as he got them kids, I don't want them right now. As long as he got them. Because he's not finna keep on harassing me. He's not finna keep on every place I go harassing me, sending officers to my house. He ain't finna keep doing it. I told him that. I sure did. I said, as long as he got them. So whatever he did, he must have did something where they looking for the mama. They like, where's the mother? Because we still looking for the mama. Ain't no case until we see the mama. Yeah, a lot of people, baby, they kept on talking about, we won. No, you lost. You very so lost. Lost bad as a mother because I don't think you know who I am. But YouTube will know though. They'll know very soon. Well, they know about the other account, but I don't even think that other account is even worth it, honestly, because I mean, I feel like it's just corrupted. A lot of my old friends on there, and I don't even fool with women like that. I just don't. I mean, anytime you got to come behind my back, and I'm like, I'm sitting here as literally as been abused, and you gonna sit right here and literally act like you're my friend and talk behind my back. Come on now. At that point, I don't ever want to talk to none of them females. If anything, I would look at them and say, girl, don't say nothing to me. Please don't. You is not worth the time or even a glimpse to even look at. I don't even, because I wouldn't do no stuff like that. I don't care how much I don't like them for what they did. I'm not going to go and sleep with your man. Especially if he's an abuser. What the hell? I'm finna go and sleep with him. Girl, that's the sickest shit I've ever heard. Sickest shit. But like I said, as long and for the people that be coming in and out being nosy, that's why you where you at right now. A lot of people finna start sitting their butt down, shutting their mouth. But I said exactly what I told that judge. I said he ain't finna keep on harassing me everywhere I go. And he said he want the kids. He ain't finna keep doing that. And the judge said, oh, well, you gonna pay a lot of money to get your kids. But I never heard that I gotta pay a lot of money. I mean, I had already wrote my letters before I left. I wrote my everything I was supposed to write. So they wouldn't give me for abandonment. So what is that about? Don't write no fake ass excuse my language. Don't buy I can't stand when people they go write out fake accusations, and them accusations, they got to be able to prove them. If you cannot prove them, one thing about the courts, they know if a person leaves, if a mother leaves and a father kept saying, oh, she did this, that 9 times out of 10, that woman didn't do that. She's trying to get peace and get away. Now, there's women that continue to do it. If that man go to court, oh, they gonna keep on going to his house. Then she need to be locked up. Not the woman that ain't studying him no more. I don't know, but again, I told you about how the courts here. They just do petty stuff like that. It really takes for a child to get hurt real bad for them to try to get the children back to the mother. It takes for that child to be seriously hurt. And then they, oh, well, where is the mother? So all of a sudden now y'all want the mother, y'all want me to come back, and now you want me to get my kids now? You didn't give a damn when I was there trying to tell you what was happening to them. You didn't give a damn. Y'all kept on like, well, whatever. You didn't care because the money looked good. Now everybody's ass is in trouble now. Because I know something drastic happened to one of my kids. I know, or if not just one, all of it. Something have happened that's really bad. And that's somebody ass finna go to jail. That's what this about. And everybody scared, like, oh, you should go find it. I already know. Because honestly, if nothing was wrong with my kids, or nothing had happened to them, or no court date, or none was coming up, a man don't even follow no woman or do nothing like that. Narcissists only come when stuff is near. They know that they want to make up for something because they know they messed up. So I know it's got something to do with my kids. That's why I'm just sitting there like, well, what the hell he did? What the hell did he do? What did he allow somebody to do to them kids for him to try to get somebody to kill me? Come on, you did something. You did something. And it's not good what you did. But you want a woman to kill me, to get me out the way of my kids. I think not. I think what has happened, somebody got caught up. Somebody did something to somebody's child. That's what has happened. And it was very bad. And they got to the point, they said, shit, we finna lock some folks up. And he's still up to his schemes. I got to make her look bad. How you gonna make a good person look bad? I don't understand that. Are we still playing that game? Come on now. We're not playing that game now. We're not playing that game. I don't understand when people be sitting up there doing stuff. We just playing the game. You cannot make no good person look bad in court. On what you gonna do? What interaction? Oh, well, she reacted. What did you do though? Because honestly, if I was a lawyer, I would look at everything. That lady ain't just finna up and hop and hit you in your face. You did something. Look, according to what I'm seeing on that's exactly if I was if I was his lawyer, I would look and say, sir, you have a lot of mental issues. So honestly, I do believe that you did something. But see, they don't look at that. They just wanted the money. Confirmation. My ice just rolled out my mouth. I'm talking about I picked the ice up and it just rolled out of my mouth. Confirmation. There goes another one. Came out. Yeah. People just be doing shit. I said, baby, as long as he got them, and he want to keep harassing me, and I ain't trying to help my kid, what's the sense of me having them for? Y'all ain't gonna listen? You ain't gonna help them? And you ain't finna keep causing me hurt and pain and me seeing my kids go through this shit like that. What mother you know that want to sit there and watch her child be touched and all that? What the fuck? She been went crazy. I know I've been went crazy. That's why I had to get the fuck away from there. And I cried every damn night about my kids. Every last one I cried. Because that shit hurt. Made me mad about a mother. She sitting up here. She gave her daughter away. So she be here. Talking about the girl was being fat. I don't give a shit. That's your daughter. You don't send them off to be humiliated and shit like that. You supposed to sit down with your daughter and teach them. But see, and that made me mad because I'm like, she ain't even got no damn case out about nobody trying to take her children. Some of y'all just need to sit your ass down. You sit up here giving your children to the state. Don't do no shit like that. Sit down and be a mother. Tell your child, look, I can't sit down with your child and let your child know I love you, but you can't be doing this. You know, if the child can't sit down and she want to be hard to trot, you got to let her know. You got to say, now I'm not she gave her kids to the state. She didn't give them to the dad or nobody. She gave them to the state. I'm asking what she gonna keep doing. I don't give a shit. You her mother. You supposed to sit her down and talk to her and tell her, do not do that. Close your legs is what you supposed to do. You don't give up on your kids. Now, if I see you in a situation like me and other women where they was put in situations where they had to leave their kids behind because the mother was still gonna mess with them and still gonna try to get them killed anyway. So, I mean, I understand that, but you just gave your damn children to the CPS. You called CPS. And how I found out that he was working with CPS is I called them right after. Now, if they weren't involved in this, how did they know that I gave him his kids? They said, oh, we already know. Okay, so you had talked to him? So y'all had really planned this out to get my kids? Yeah, it's going to be a lot of people in trouble, baby. A lot of people. Because he ain't finna keep harassing me. Hell, you in trouble and now you trying to make me look bad. You can't make no good parent look bad. They just look good. You can't help it. They ain't out here acting crazy and doing crazy shit and sending people against you. You the one doing that against them. Oh, I got to make them look bad. I don't have to make you look bad. You gonna make your own self look bad. People that got problems make themselves look bad. You leave them alone long enough, they make themselves look real bad. You be like, damn, I didn't even have to do nothing. If I stayed in Memphis, they wouldn't never see who he was. And I would have kept having to go through a lot of things with my kids. And I'm not finna go through this shit like that. You're not finna try to take my mind. You already made some other women bipolar. You got me fucked up. I ain't bipolar or nothing. I'm well aware there's something wrong with you. I'm sitting here looking at something wrong with you. You can't play no games and diagnose me with shit. I'm sitting here looking dead at you. And that's what people can't stand about me. I be like, don't you try to look at your ass. Especially the friends that I thought I had, them motherfuckers just crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. So I'm gonna come back home. Well, I understand. No, you don't. No, you don't. It ain't done on me that most of the friends I thought I had, they was crazy as hell. Motherfuckers on medicine and everything. And I just didn't see it. So it was easy for them to do that to me. For me not to see that how crazy their ass was. But if I knew, shit, I would have been left there. I would have said, shit, let me let you go, because you got a problem for real. But see, I always the thing I blame myself is I always seen the beauty in things. I always would see the great part in people. I never would see what I need to see, because I always seen what I wanted to see. Like I'd be like, well, she's a good person. She'd probably be the low downest ass damn person in the world. And the only thing that I could see is what I wanted to see. Just wanted to make them out to be a good person. Everybody ain't good people. Some people are low down as fuck, and they really are. And they know they low down, and they don't care. So that's why I treat people as such. I'm not finna be saying nothing. Even if I feel your energy, and I'm gonna start telling people when I talk to them, because people be cloaking their energy. I'm gonna start telling them at this moment, it feels like you are an incredible person, but I don't really know who you are after this moment. See, that's what I'm gonna start doing, people, so they can really know that I understand at this moment you may be cloaking yourself. And you ain't not the person that you really is. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, for the parents that they dealing with that co-parent stuff, I'm like, I dealt with that. He broke the rules. And ain't nobody finna deal with no hard-headed ass man. You too grown, bro. I'm not finna deal with no damn mental games. I don't like when people do that. And it really makes people look really bad to me when they play mental games. I be like, is something wrong with you or something? You don't know how to be an adult? Because you supposed to know how to be an adult. You don't need to make excuses for you don't need to make excuses for the things you do. Just do them. And I never understood that. Even the people that be sitting up there talking about somebody came on my live, silly shit. But I know they teach them this dark psychology in these organizations. So the girl gonna say, whatever woman or man gonna say, well, you did it to yourself. How the hell you going to do something to yourself and you coming on here harassing somebody? When I say some people be sick in the head, and when I say, well, I'm gonna say it again. When I say some sick individuals that be sick in their head for real, that will blame the abuse they put on you. How the hell you gonna blame that on the victim? Didn't you cause that? I can see if they didn't have no problems, you know, before you. I can see. I mean, if I can see if they had some problems before you. They don't have them. They didn't have no problems until after you. So they let me know that you had something to do with that. See, people can't play. Don't play games with me. See, I know the difference between a stable person and a not stable person. And the psychiatrist there be crazy as hell. And that's why I don't believe these. So I had a damn because me and my kids, I allowed us to go to counseling because they needed it, and I did too from the abuse and stuff. What I had went through with my kid, what I went through with the dad, and the kids went through it too. So I went through that so that I can go forth with my life or whatever, and that they'll be okay and be ready for the parenting that we would have to do. and with the co-parenting stuff. But anyway, shit, my damn counselor was basic shit. I said, shit, I can do this. Basic. I mean, I'm already a life coach, so the question she asking me, I'm like, I ask these questions all the time with the people that I deal with. What you asking me? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But that's just what it is. And that's why I be looking at people when they be thinking they smart. I be like, you got to be retarded. And I'm not talking about the disabled. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, you got common sense, but something's wrong with you because you want to play like something wrong with you. It's my thing. I can't stand when people sit there and do stupid stuff and then sit there and look at you like it's your fault. No, it's your fault for being stupid. That ain't got nothing to do with me because you stupid. You chose to be stupid. I mean, goddamn, I don't know what to say. Some people just they lose the capacity of common sense. Some people don't have common sense. They don't know what common sense is. Some people are just stupid. They just choose to be stupid. They want to be stupid. And those type of people, I couldn't give a damn about what you think about me. I just sit there and would look at you and be like, something's really wrong with you, ain't it? Something's got to be wrong with you for you to sit up there and do this. Because this is not normal. That's what they need to do instead of trying to teach people to do dark psychology. Now, some of these they need to learn how to do common sense shit scenarios. Know what those scenarios are, and they don't even know what them is. Well, I mean, not what them is. What those scenarios are. That's why they don't want to have me in the courts because I can look at a psycho in a minute and say, yeah, something wrong with you. Because they can have a straight face and tell you that, oh, I didn't do it. They sit up there and cut the damn person body up like a mother. They sit up there and lie and say, I didn't do it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. With your lying ass. And that's what people with mental issues do. They sit there right in your face and let you know they didn't do it. And they know they did it. And that's what I'm dealing with. Somebody that's a pathological liar. That is sit there and lie all day long and say, well, I really didn't do. So you believe your own lie then. That's what you telling me. You believe the lies you telling yourself. I don't understand. They don't bypass with me though. You got to have some common sense when you talk to me. Cause I don't care how much money you got. If you talking stupid, then I'm gonna look at you as a stupid person. I mean, I don't care how much money you get. God forgive you could be rich as hell, be stupid as hell, and you open your mouth, yeah, something wrong with you. Something is. And ain't no dark psychologist to truth, something wrong with your ass. I don't understand. Shit. Like I told you, the men I'm used to they were not Masons that didn't know shit. These were smart ass Masons. There were officers. They knew exactly what the fuck was going on. They even asked me, they said, they even had common sense as a Mason. They said, is he a part of something? I said, I don't know. They said that nigga a part of something. He doing all of this and he ain't going to jail. I said, I don't know. Did my research. I wonder why he was doing all that. He kept doing them damn rituals. Them motherfuckers don't work no more because now I know he was doing them. You gonna have to come with some way more than that than a black than black magic on me, baby. That ain't gonna work. Shit, I am black magic. What the hell? Light magic and black magic, both. You got to come with something way more than that. That ain't gonna help you win in no court. Not this time. I mean, shit, the other time it did because my lesson was to learn what was going on in the courts. Now I just feel sorry for somebody to try to go against me in court. I'm gonna be like, oh, you know you finna lose. And I'm gonna go in there and act like I don't know a damn thing. And when it come that town, when it come down to it, have a cold ass lawyer, and motherfucker be sitting there like, well, I didn't know that you think that I'm not gonna come prepared? You think I'm not finna try to have the best out the best? You crazy as hell. When I know what go on in these damn courtrooms, shit, honey, been there, done that. I know what go on. That's why I be laughing. People be really be thinking that I don't know now. I be like, I can't stand when people just don't use their head. That shit burns me up. It burns me up when a person you act so important, but you stupid. You don't know nothing. All you know is your mouth going. The stupidity in this is coming out of your mouth. I don't know. I don't know. But that's why they have cults. Cults is for people who don't know better. Cults are not for smart people. I'm sorry. It's those no. I don't care what you say. Cults is for people who don't know better. And what they don't they're leader. I mean they're not leaders, but they're followers. That's what cults are for. Followers. They are not for a leader, a person that can own their own shit. So of course they're gonna have another person that's a follower. The follower that they have, they push around. Oh, you better go do this. Well, you go do it. Why you trying to make them go do your dirty work? You go do it. Shit, you sitting up there telling them to go do it. You go do it. Shake yourself. Shit. Oh no, man. People be making me laugh, but God help carry me through. I'ma tell you that I've seen women hurt. I've seen them hurt, crying out to God, asking God for a better day, and don't even know why they being harassed. Just don't even know. But anyway, I've enjoyed this time of me even speaking on this. Um, because you know that's just what it is. So I don't know, y'all. Yeah, I don't think I can say is I'm gone. I enjoyed this time. I enjoyed telling my truth, and for the people, for the victims out there, I want you to keep going. I want you to continue to document everything that you do. Document it, everything. Try to update. Make sure your phone is safe and stuff like that because people be trying to get in your systems and shit like that. Don't never get nobody your whole name. Of course I know you're bruised and know it, but don't never get no friend if they don't know it. Don't get them your birthday and all that shit. Don't just don't. That's the best advice I can give you. Um, that's pretty much it. Hold on. Oh, my bad. What is that? Oh, can you give me some more ice? You said what I'm listening to. Yeah, that. Give me that pillow right there. Okay. The hell is that? Some type of song. That ain't mine. I don't know what that mess is. Here you go. Thank you. That.
It's something.
There's a type of stuff you like.
Sometimes I like